especially in the little detail, because you'll be painting it on like that, and it dries, and all of a sudden you notice, oh shit, and it's hard to get those out. You know, you can paint and put more over top of it, but you'll always see the little circle. It's like the styrofoam, the white styrofoam. You always see those little pebbly things, eh? So you got to put on a thin coat of this shit first, and then your second or third coats on that stuff, put it on thicker. That's the problem with the white stuff. It's hard to do detail into the foam. You almost have to, well, like this. You have to build the detail up, okay? Using, you know, this is cardboard, hey? This cereal box, candy box. I think he used a candy box doing that. So I think, being as it's now after lunch here, and I've had kind of a rough morning, I am going to go change my shirt because I'm friggin' stressed, smell like stress, and pour myself a scotch, some of my birthday scotch. I had a birthday here just a little while ago, in case I didn't tell you, but that's okay. And yeah, so I'm a Sagittarian. Yeah, one of those Sagittarian guys. Yeah, don't ask them a question that you don't want an honest answer to. Yeah, that's one thing with Sagittarians. Yeah, they'll tell you their opinion. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I should let that glue dry just a little bit. I'm going to let the bubbles come out of this. Don't let it sit too long, okay? Like I'm talking a couple or 3 minutes max, okay? And then stir it back up again. Next time when you stir it up, just stir it up a little bit slower. But make sure you scrape the bottom, because the plaster stuff that you tossed in there will kind of sink down a bit. And if you tossed it in too quick, you're going to have little pebbles, okay, of plaster where it's gotten wet on the outside and it's still powder on the inside. It'll eventually harden, but it's white on the inside. It's not this gray, okay? So you'll have painted it with that stuff. You'll have one of those little pebbly things on there, and you'll go like this to take it off, and suddenly you've got a little white spot there. Trust me, that'll really piss you off. So if you've done that, run this through a screen or something to take out some of those pebbles, or just don't scrape the bottom when you're painting it on. I mean, you'll have to watch for those, okay, because that'll bug you. That'll really bug you. So that's why I, you know, sprinkle it in a little bit. And if you don't have a sieve, make one, you know. There's lots of stuff you can use. What's this stuff? You know, that would work great for a screen. What the hell this shit is? You know what that looks like? See, it's two lanes of this plastic stuff. You know that cheap lattice, plastic lattice shit that they make? God damn, that looks exactly like 15 mil scale plastic, you know, that lattice work. Any of you guys doing N scale trains or something? I think this stuff is for doing embroidery. Cross stitch? Cross stitch. That's what this shit is for. Cross stitch. It's plasticky stuff, eh? That looks just like lattice. Yeah. Go to Wally World there, Walmart or whatever, and look in there where all their cross stitch colors are, or embroidery thread is. You'll see some of this stuff. It's really good. Anyways, this would also work as a sieve for your plaster, and the, you know, like egg it in there. Oh, that reminds me of pounce patterns. You ever done pounce patterns? You know where you're doing the windows? You know what a pounce pattern is? You know those, well, maybe you don't. Anyways, they're, I wonder if I got one here. They're a little wheel, and they've got teeth on it, so it's like a gear type thingy. And they're on a stick handle type thing, and women use them for sewing and stuff, okay? So they'll have that brown pattern paper, and they'll spread that down over their cloth, okay? And then they'll take this little thingy with the wheels on it and the pokey thing, and they'll go along the pattern with this wheel, and what it does is it cuts a little hole, say, all the way down the pattern, okay? Then they have a chalk dust, like chalk line type dust, but it's a washable stuff in like a little bag, like a nylon, little pieces that are nylons, and they'll go poop, 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 all the way along this pattern, right? And then when they take off the piece of paper, they're left with just a dotted pattern of this chalk on the material, and that's, they know where to cut and shit, hey? Same thing applies for this. So something like where you're trying to duplicate, let's say, you know, this stained glass pattern here, well, you can take one of those wheels and go along all the lines with it, like this, put it onto your styrofoam, and then take some, you know, chalk line dust, and just, and it'll leave the pattern on there, eh? That's what a pounce pattern is. Going, it just reminded me of that, eh? I've done that before. It works really good. Works really good. We used to, as kids, say we'd make raffle tickets. Hey, you know how raffle tickets are perforated? We used to use one of those, hey, on a ruler, and we'd perforate the raffle tickets too. We'll get beer money. Hey. Well, I guess I've waited long enough now that I don't get my scotch yet.